In this video, we'll talk about the scariest places which inhabit our tiny little blue planet. From the outside, it may seem like a spinning ball of life that the aliens might want to harvest, but it's not all Wonderland down here. There exist places in far corners of the Earth that will scare the hell out of humans. Yes, places featured in movies like Green Inferno and As Above, As Below exist, and there are some that will give you nightmares. First up, Gates of Hell, Turkmenistan. There might be a considerable number of people who believe that there's a gateway to hell, somewhere on the Earth. Of course, where else would all the evil people come from? Anyways, there's a literal place in Turkmenistan that's dubbed the Gates of Hell, and when you look at it, you'll understand. The door to hell looks like a portal into the depths of the Earth at night, but in reality it's just a gas reserve. Located almost 260 kilometers north of Ashgabat in the middle of the Karakoram Desert, the Darvazagar crater is conveniently located in one of the world's most extensive natural gas reserves. The natural gas field was first discovered in 1971 and is the size of a football field. The fire in the Gates of Hell has been burning for over half a century. Actually, some smart people thought it would be wise to set the fire to the gas reserve to preserve the desert's air quality. They thought that the fire would prevent the methane gas from escaping, and that once the gas reserve dries out, the fire would go out too. But to everyone's surprise, the orange flame burns to this day, and it's quite a tourist attraction. The crater is over 70 meters in diameter and is living proof that humans shouldn't mess with things they can't control. Next we have Natron Lake, Tanzania. After a fire-related death zone, next up we have a water element freak show. That's a death sentence to anyone who comes in contact with it. Yes, we're talking about Natron Lake, famous for its beautiful pink tint due to the alkali salt crust. It's almost like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's pretty much real and located in northern Tanzania because of the insanely high levels of sodium carbonate decahydrate that corrodes everything it comes in contact with. It can immediately calcify animals and humans alike into stones. Sounds like Medusa, no? Well, not only that, but its highly reflective surface and chemically dense water can make it look like an empty space. It causes many birds to become its prey, and it even consumed an entire helicopter with its pilot a few years back. But nature works in wondrous ways because while most species can't survive in this lake, it still is home to 2.5 million lesser flamingos and red-colored bacteria. It's because of the cyanobacteria that the lake gets its famous red and pink hues. Coming up, Death Valley National Park, USA. As the name suggests, death awaits in this notorious valley that may as well look like the shooting place for Hills Have Eyes. But it's not mutated humans that'll kill you here. The Death Valley is one of those spots on the planet which experience extreme weather, like totally extreme. It's one of the hottest places on Earth, and no, that's not because it's a breeding ground for parties. The Desert Valley is located between the borders of Nevada and California, and is marred by extremely dangerous cliffs. If the heat wasn't enough, there's also the danger of flash flooding. In short, it's not a place where you'd want to hang out, but Death Valley still attracts thousands of tourists each year. The highest ever temperature recorded in the valley was a whopping 57 degrees Celsius in July of 1913. It would be almost impossible to be in that valley on a hot July day because you'll be a human barbecue by the end of it. Several tourist deaths mark the valley due to excessive heat, and not only that, but there are rumors about rocks moving on their own and the sand making strange noises. We wouldn't want to be caught dead in this place, even on a cool day. Up next, Danakil Desert, Ethiopia. Speaking of deadly deserts, the Danakil Desert isn't far behind in the list of hottest and most inhabitable places on this planet. Located in East Africa, this alien-like place that oozes poisonous vapors has extreme weather as close as the Death Valley. The temperature here rarely goes down below 50 degrees, and the air is so dry that you'll probably choke if that isn't enough. The volcanically active area is filled with geysers and volcanoes which spew out extremely toxic gas. It is one of the lowest and driest places on the planet, with massive salt pans, hydrothermal fields, and unique hues, making it look like you're on another planet. It's beautiful yet deadly, and if you aren't choking on poisonous sulfuric gas, you'd probably get caught in a border conflict with Eritrea. It's a risky place to be, so it's better to admire it from afar. Following that is North Sentinel Island, Andamans. If you watch the Green Inferno, you'd probably understand why North Sentinel Island is considered one of the most dangerous places to visit. It may not be all of Mother Nature's doing, but the native tribes who reside here refuse any contact with the outside world. They are completely happy living in their own world and their own ways, and if any tourist tries to be smart and disrupt their peace, well, you know where you'll find such people afterward. The Sentinelese will attack any visitor who steps on their land, and that's why it's strictly forbidden to enter the island. Now we have Snake Island, Brazil. Snake Island is another deadly spot on our planet that's inhabited by the world's most dangerous creature, also known as the Queimada Grande. The island is located just off the coast of Brazil and is infested with some of the world's deadliest snakes. The particular snake named the Golden Lancehead Viper is known to be one of the deadliest creatures on Earth, and a single bite from it can kill anyone within minutes. It's so venomous that it could even melt human flesh. Sounds like a mythical creature. The Snake Island is also home to fearsome creatures like the boa constrictor and the Brazilian rattlesnake. On the contrary, every square meter of the island is crawling with about 5 snakes, which means that it's almost impossible not to get bitten by them. That's why the island is strictly off limits, and there's a strict ban from the Brazilian government on human entry. If you thought snakes on a plane was bad, there's a whole island full of them. Next up is the Crystal Cave, Nika. The Earth's filled with thousands of complex networks of underground caves, one of which is found in Nika, Mexico. The Crystal Cave in Nika is located almost 1,000 feet under the city and is made of exotic-looking gigantic milky white selenite crystals, which almost look like Superman's Fortress of Solitude. But as much of a beautiful cavern as it is, the Crystal Cave is a highly dangerous place to be. It is located directly above underground magma chambers, and the temperature inside the cave can go as high as 45 degrees Celsius. And that's not even the deadliest part. The humidity levels can reach up to a whopping 99%, which will make the air saturated enough to cause organ failure and heat stroke. In all honesty, you can't be in the cave for more than 10 minutes without the risk of death. Regular people aren't allowed to venture into the cave except for mad scientists who think they can find the elixir of life in there. Good luck with that, folks. Now we have the Skeleton Coast, Namibia. The Skeleton Coast almost looks like an after-apocalyptic scenery with bones or dead animals and shipwrecks spread across the entire area. The locals named the coast the land god made in anger because it's almost as uninhabitable as the rest of the places on this list. The climate is so hot and dry and the ocean so dense that it makes it hard for any living thing to thrive here. One can even say it's located almost at the end of the earth. Even with such extreme climatic conditions, several predators have survived, making it all the more dangerous to visit. The shipwrecks line all the coast like a scene from Pirates of the Caribbean. And finally, the Great Blue Hole, Belize. How would you feel swimming in a beautiful turquoise water surrounded by breathtaking corals, and suddenly you find yourself in a 400-foot drop? Well, that's the Great Blue Hole for you. Sitting comfortably in the middle of the sea just 60 miles off the coast of Belize, the Great Blue Hole is a sight to behold, but an equally dangerous place to be around. The hole is 1,000 feet wide and is believed to be formed during the last glacial period. The Great Blue Hole is Belize's Lighthouse's Reef very own sinkhole that's an attraction for divers who aren't afraid of a vertical underwater cave. But for people with thalassophobia, it's a walking nightmare to be stuck here. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these places do you think you can handle? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.